What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. This here is Logical Response. I cover political news, and folks, there are some deranged people out here in the world. We've got one we just caught. He's in Florida. He tried to assassinate the president, y'all. Not Joe Biden. Yeah, Donald Trump. President Donald Trump tried to assassinate him. Some people call him former president. I happen to call him president. You know, acting president, if you will. You know, you got former Vice President Joe Biden sitting in the office right now, and we all wish he wasn't there, but, what can you do about that? 81 million Americans voted for Joe Biden. That's right, y'all, but check this out. We had some very interesting information come out about Ryan Routh. I'm going to call him Routh. Everybody keeps calling him Ruth, but you don't throw an O in front of a U and just make it a silent O. I'm sorry, you can't do that. It's Ralph. Excoriate me down in the comments if you'd like to, but I'm going to continue to pronounce it the way I want to, because I don't pronounce everything correctly. I'm sure you guys know that. And it's on purpose, by the way. Check this out, though. Prosecutors intend to ask grand jury to weigh attempted assassination charge against Ryan Routh. Wow, so, yeah, we found a letter, we found a bunch of information, we found that he put a bounty out on Donald Trump, but leave it to the corporate press, folks. We got a lot to get into. This is a very lengthy story, and they waited all the way to the very end. As a matter of fact, I was reading through this thing, and I'm like, hang on, I'm going to have to go to a different source to get this information. They left it way down at the freaking end. Just, like the most important thing, they leave all the way at the damn bottom. It's crazy, y'all. But let's get into this because, like I said, there's a lot to get into. Check it out. Prosecutors revealed in court on Monday that they intend to ask a grand jury to consider a charge that Ryan Wesley Routh attempted to assassinate President Donald Trump. The federal judge at the West Palm Beach hearing denied bail, ruling that Routh must remain detained pending the resolution of charges, calling him a serious flight risk and danger to the community. Yeah, you think so, huh? There is probable cause to support additional charges, which can and should be considered by the court, said Assistant U.S. Attorney Mark Disputo. Disputo said the government is prepared to ask a grand jury to consider a charge that the defendant attempted to assassinate Trump, which carries a maximum sentence punishable by life in prison. Routh, the man suspected by the FBI of planning to kill Trump, possessed a list that included dates from August to October of venues where Trump had appeared or was expected to be, and is suspected to have traveled near the golf course where the incident took place September 15th and Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort multiple times in the month leading up to his arrest, prosecutors said in a detention filing on Monday. In their memo, prosecutors further revealed that Routh allegedly sent a letter several months prior to his arrest to a civilian. I don't understand that. To his arrest. Huh? To a civilian. Did they mean before his arrest? I don't understand that. Maybe I'm just stupid. I don't know. To a civilian witness that stated, "This was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but I failed you." Wow. That's strange. Very strange. Ralph, 58, has already been charged with possession of a firearm as a convicted felon and possession of a firearm with an obliterated serial number for the incident that took place at Trump's International Golf Club. Disputo went on to detail describing the fence surrounding Trump's International Golf Club and the moment the Secret Service advanced agents spotted the barrel of a rifle on that fence line. What they found, Your Honor, was nothing short of a sniper position, Disputo said, equating it to something seen in the movies or a war zone. Now, a lot of people are going in on Secret Service because this guy was allowed to go on the golf course. Like, they did their job. I'm sorry. You can say the Secret Service is terrible. Sure, they failed on July 13th. Utterly failed on July 13th. To the point to where a rational, logical conclusion to that was they did it on purpose. They intentionally just ignored this guy on purpose to allow this to happen. That's how much of an epic failure that was. But in this situation, Donald Trump just on a whim says, I want to go play some golf. Let's go play some golf. So they go, everybody shows up to the golf course, and the Secret Service doesn't have time to go and clear out the entire golf course of people. Like, that's ridiculous. What do these people think the Secret Service is? Right? They can't shut down other people's lives. I'm sure there were other people golfing on the course that day. You can't just make them leave because Trump wants to go golfing. He might be rich, but he's just a regular person. He's not the president. He's not a dictator. He's not a king. He's not an emperor. He's none of those things. He's a regular dude that just so happens to have a lot of money. And a lot of people dislike him because of that. They dislike him because he came out as a Republican. And it's all insanity. They have gone from just a dislike of the guy because, he betrayed the Democrat Party and came out as a Republican. They've went from just that to outright derangement, to where all the problems of the world is Trump's fault. That's what they are. They're crazy, y'all. The government argued the sole reason Ralph was in West Palm Beach on September 15th and the preceding month was for one reason and one reason only. That was to kill the former president of the United States. Despoto said, if it wasn't for the quick work of the Secret Service, the defendant may very well have succeeded. An FBI special agent's ballpark estimation was that the distance between where Ralph is alleged to have been positioned on the fence line to the green on the 6th hole of the course was 100 feet or 32 yards. So, yeah, if Trump would have made it there, that would have been a very easy shot. Very easy shot. That's not very far, y'all. That is not very far at all. Maybe, 3 school buses long? Yeah, it's not far. Not far at all. This was an easy shot. He was approximately 12 to 15 minutes away from arriving, Despoto said of Trump's positioning on the golf course at the time. Despoto said there were no obstructions to Ralph's sniper's nest should former President Trump have arrived at the 6th green. The FBI Special Agent Christopher Hull said this view from the fence line to the 6th hole was generally an open view with very minimal obstructions, twigs or leaves, but nothing that would have obstructed the hole. I do not believe anything would have obstructed the view from the fence line to the 6th hole, Hull said. Hull said he examined other areas of the fence line, and every other area would have been a blocked view. The evidence, Despoto said, clearly demonstrates a month-long plan to assassinate the president. According to the government, the rifle Ralph is alleged to have had a round in the chamber which indicated it would have been fired with the pull of a trigger. The rifle's extended magazine contained a total of 11 rounds, the government said. Prosecutors also revealed that shortly after Ralph was arrested, he spoke with a female acquaintance and indicated that he was on a recorded line. Ralph said to the person he was sorry. The person, whose identity was not revealed by prosecutors in court, responded to Ralph by saying, "I am processing the most horrific thing you could have done." Ralph, according to the government, responded by apologizing again. "No, I'm sorry. You're not sorry. You had most definitely intended to do this." "Are you apologizing to the female? It was like your old lady or something? Your wife? Your girlfriend? Whoever it may be? Why are you apologizing? Like, you intended to do this. You knew you were going to do this. You were screeching about it. You put out a bounty if you couldn't come up with the kill yourself." Like, no, this guy's not sorry. I'm sorry. He's apologizing to her for upsetting her, maybe. But somebody who tries to assassinate a former president because of the things that person says, because the corporate press and the mainstream news constantly tell everybody this guy's an existential threat. That means you will no longer exist. That's what an existential threat means. Your existence is in danger of not existing anymore. That's the type of rhetoric. Nobody is out there saying that Kamala Harris, Joe Biden, is an existential threat. Nobody is saying that. Sure, they are destroying the country. Yes, they are. They're tearing it apart bit by bit. But that's something that can be fixed. That is one thing that can be easily fixed. I say easily fixed, but this guy's not sorry. I'm sorry. I am sorry. He is not. According to the prosecutor's detention memo, when searching Ralph's car following his arrest, agents found a total of 6 cell phones, one of which contained a Google search of how to travel from Palm Beach County to Mexico. So this guy, it was premeditated, he knew what he was doing, and he knew exactly what to do to escape. Got to get out and go to Mexico because you'll never be found. You'll probably end up dead in Mexico. Yeah, that's how bad it is in Mexico right now. Agents further found a notebook with dozens of pages filled with names and phone numbers pertaining to Ukraine, discussions about how to join combat on behalf of Ukraine, and notes criticizing the governments of China and Russia. Cell site records obtained by the FBI confirm Ralph first traveled from Greensboro, North Carolina to West Palm Beach on August 14th, and on multiple days and times from August 18th to September 15th. His cell phone was located near the golf course as well as Trump's residence at Mar-a-Lago. So this guy got close to Trump's house, as a matter of fact. That's insane. That's scary to think about, to think that, yeah, we've been knowing about this for a while, and he's been trying to do this since August. Since early August. That's crazy. That is outright crazy. But I told you guys, like, I know, of course, a lot of people could predict it, that there's going to be another attempt. And from this letter and from what this guy, yeah, there probably will be another one. Hopefully the Secret Service can get their stuff together. That's what I'm hoping. My microphone seems a little bit low. Yeah, there we go. They did not list the specific dates or the exact numbers of times Ralph is suspected to have traveled near Trump's properties. Trump was playing golf on the course when a Secret Service agent spotted a gun barrel poking out from a tree line near the 6th green, according to investigators. The agent then fired in the direction of the rifle and saw Ralph fleeing the area and entering his Nissan vehicle, according to the criminal complaint. Ralph was allegedly 300 to 500 yards away from the president and did not fire a shot, according to investigators. Trump was not in Ralph's line of sight, according to the Secret Service. Witnesses reported the license plate number to authorities, and the suspect was stopped and detained. In the area of the tree line where the suspect was seen, agents found a digital camera, 2 bags including a backpack, and a loaded SKS 7.62 by 39 caliber rifle, a 7.62, y'all. Yeah, that's a dangerous bullet. That would blow holes in people. Yeah, those are bad, y'all. That's what the Russians use. Ish. The serial number on the rifle was obliterated and unreadable. To the naked eye, the complaint states. I hate that. Don't you hate that? That's so silly to put that. It was obliterated, plus you couldn't read it. Like, is there any instance, let me know down in the comments, is there any situation where you can obliterate some text, a serial number, and then still read it? Like that's like a double negative. It's like saying, I blew this thing up. Sounds stupid, don't it? Investigators further revealed that 3 days after they arrested Ralph, a civilian witness, 3 days after, contacted them with information that Ralph had dropped off a box at their residence several months ago that contained ammunition, a metal pipe, miscellaneous building materials, tools, 4 phones, and various letters. One handwritten letter addressed to the world stated, among other things, that this was an assassination attempt on Donald Trump, but I failed you, the filing said. I tried my best and gave him all the gumption I could muster. It is up to you now to finish the job, and I will offer $150,000 to whomever can complete the job. Now, hang on there just a second, guy. Hang on there just a second. Okay, so first off, the guy that received this, like, what's going on with that? Did he just send a box and say, don't open this until you hear my name on the news? Like, seriously? Or is this one of those things like, don't open this until a certain date? But hang on, he had been traveling there for a while. So, what date would this be? What what's going on with this? This is crazy. This part is crazy. Like, there's a lot to break down with this. And you love how they wait all the way to the freaking end of the article to put this in. Some of the most important information in the damn article. They wait to the very end. So you send this to a guy, and he just sits on it, right? Like, I want to know what was said. Because there could be some criminal culpability for this guy. Because, yeah, Ralph was obviously deranged with Trump. And was obviously mentally unstable. Of course, that's what the left is saying. Oh, well, there's a lot of mentally ill people out there. Seriously, if the guy said, don't open this until you hear my name on the news, that should be a red flag. What do you mean, hear your name on the news? I would have opened that box immediately. And once I saw what was in it, contacted the police. So either this guy is complicit in this, or something funny is going on with this. That I think there needs to be some much deeper investigation, and this should not be a small footnote way down at the end of the article, corporate press. Y'all are insane. Second thing, how the hell does he think he's going to be able to pay that bounty? That's what I would like to know. Like, you wrote the letter stating, if you get caught. Obviously, you had a pretty good suspicion you would get caught. And obviously, this guy was directed to release this or tell the authorities about it after you got caught. Once again, this guy was complicit. But, so if you had a good suspicion you were going to get caught, how the hell do you plan on paying this bounty? This guy's contacts need to be gone through. We need to find out if there's some hidden bank accounts. This guy, whoever the letter was sent to or the box was sent to, needs to be thoroughly investigated. Do I trust the FBI to do that? No, I don't. Do I think they will? Most certainly I do. I think they will go through. I think they will investigate all this, because if little old stupid me is thinking, okay, there's something funny about that this guy didn't open this box, right? Like, I'm sorry, you see that on movies. Hey, don't open this letter unless such and such happens. Well, hang on. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to open that letter because people do crazy things. And if there's a way that I can stop somebody from doing something crazy to save themselves, right? Like this other guy could be Trump deranged as well. But you don't want to see your friend possibly get killed and or go to jail. Right? Get killed and go to jail. I know I just said that. That's ridiculous. But, I mean, bear with me here. Bear with me. Because I guess that could happen. I'm just kidding. But, it's just mind-boggling that there's no mention of them investigating this guy. Like, how does he plan on paying this out? That's another thing I would really love to know. How do you plan on paying that out, buddy? Like, did you get somebody else that's going to pay this out? Like, is Wesley Ryan Ralph, trying to get other people caught up in his BS? Like, we need some serious investigation going on here. And they really, really need to step up security around Donald Trump. After the second attempt, after finding out about all this, yeah, we've got some problems here, folks. We have got some derangement on the left that just goes well beyond anything I think I've ever seen in my entire life. But let's finish this out, and then we'll discuss the rest of it later. Ralph suggested Iran should feel free to assassinate Trump and himself. In a self-published book from February 2023. So this was out there, y'all. We knew that this guy wanted to assassinate Trump. This is just all insane. In the book, which ABC has unearthed following Sunday's incident, Ralph directed an apology toward Iran, of all places, apparently for his previous support for Trump, who withdrew the U.S. from
in 2018 from the Joint Comprehensive Plan of Action nuclear deal with Iran. Yeah, that was a garbage plan and has put Iran on a pathway to get a nuclear weapon. That's what they did. That's what that did. Like, that's one of the most insane things. Sorry, quick tangent, but do you think a rogue state like Iran, just because you have UN security or, inspectors come through to check out your nuclear plant facilities, do you think that they're not going to take that technology and go somewhere secret and use that technology to further their nuclear weapons program? Right? Like, that, you would have to be insane to think that. Like, I forget how old I was. I was like in my early 20s, I believe, when I heard about that deal. Maybe mid-20s. And I thought, that's the stupidest thing ever. Like, they could just take the tech, take some of the materials even, the enriched uranium, and just go somewhere secret. Like, it makes no sense to have these inspectors go in there, even if they're there constantly. They can do stuff in secret. And to think that they won't, to think that a terrorist state like Iran would not take that technology and goes, it's mind-boggling. And I was, like, really confused as to why the leaders of our country would agree to this. It was one of the stupidest things. It was one thing that I really started disliking Obama. When I heard about this, I'm like, man, that's the stupidest thing. What is wrong with you, dude? What is wrong with our government? What are they thinking? But guess what, folks? That's going to be coming out next. Go check out my next video, by the way. It'll be up in the morning at 9 a.m. Go check it out. It is a riot. Definitely a riot. It's crazy. It's going to be funny, and it's going to give you some insight into our foreign policy, by the way. Let's finish this thing out, because I'm running long here. Agents further said they had reviewed a book authored by Routh, which had previously been publicly reported on, titled Ukraine's Unwinnable War, The Fatal Flaw of Democracy, World Abandonment, and the Global Citizen, Taiwan, Afghanistan, North Korea, World War III, and the End of Humanity. Holy crap. That is... Yeah, okay, so he wrote a book, y'all. This book is obviously from a deranged lunatic. To title it with that many words in the title. Yes. In it, Routh wrote, he must take part of the blame for the person that we elected for our next president that ended up being brainless, but I am man enough to say that I'm sorry, that I misjudged and made a terrible mistake. And Iran, I apologize. You are free to assassinate Trump as well as me for that error in judgment and the dismantling of the deal. No one here in the U.S. seems to have the balls to put natural selection to work, or even unnatural selection. Wow. So, right, all of that over the Iran deal? Really, dude? You really stepped away from Trump because he backed out of that Iran deal? That was one of the most stupidest foreign policy decisions I think I've ever heard somebody make. Stupid foreign policy decision. They're essentially giving Iran the keys to a nuclear bomb, is what they're doing. That's what they did with that. And they're well on their way, folks. We've heard from intelligence agents that they could be weeks to months away. That is right. And I heard that weeks and months ago. It was probably a couple of months ago I heard that. That's insane. That's insane. We don't want Iran having nuclear weapons. We don't want anybody having nuclear weapons. But guess what, folks? We invented nuclear weapons, and it's way too late. Way too late now for that. They're not ever going to get rid of them. We can stop other countries from making them, which is wrong, in my opinion. You know, you got democracy over here, and we're griping at people and trying to prevent them from creating nuclear weapons, which might be smart. But think about this. You got the leader of the free world. We're supposed to be the democracy, right? We're supposed to be the land of the free. the land of the free, but yet we're trying to we're trying to dictate to other countries what they can and cannot do. Yeah, it's a bit hypocritical if you ask me. Now, yes, this is a good idea. Although I think that we should all get rid of our nuclear weapons. That's what I think. We don't need that looming threat hanging over everybody's head. Of course, once again, could be a good thing. It may have prevented World War III so far. May have. Because the threat of nuclear war, nobody wants. Nobody wants that. And this is why I don't understand some of these Ukraine hawks. They want the U.S. to get involved and go in there and just kick Russia out. As if Russia's going to allow that to happen. Do you really think Russia's going to allow that to happen? No. Answer me that down in the comments. They're not going to allow for anybody to interfere. It's going to be all-out war if that happens. And for those same people to think that Russia is going to invade NATO, you have to have a brain cell or two loose to think that. I know the politicians keep telling you that. That's because they want your support. They want you behind them. They want you putting your Ukraine flag in your profile picture and going, yeah, Slava Ukraine, or whatever the hell they say. I don't even know what that means. Because I don't really care about Ukraine. I see it as a corrupt nation that we're just helping be more corrupt. That's all we're doing. I don't get it at all, folks. I do not get that war. I do not get why we are so behind this. Why we are sending hundreds of billions of dollars over there to help these people out. Like, why? I understand if we were to send some diplomats over there to go negotiate some sort of peace. You know, stop firing at each other. I understand that totally. You want them to stop, right? Russia invaded Ukraine. That's wrong. You can't do that. But instead of trying to stop the fight, instead of trying to break it up and stop war, we're perpetuating war. That's what we're doing. And I can't get behind that. Cannot get behind that whatsoever. Just like Israel. If they're going to do what they're going to do, they need to hurry the hell up. They need to stop killing civilians, go in there with surgical strikes, and just take out terrorists. Don't take out any civilians. I know that's a tall ask, and I know there's going to be collateral damage. I understand that. But at this point, right, you look at it from an outside perspective, somebody that doesn't know anything about Hamas, anything about Israel, they're going to look at that and be like, yeah, that's a genocide. And it's hard to argue against it. I totally understand what they're doing. I get it. They have threats, people that want to eliminate them. Those to Israel are true existential threats because they want to wipe Israel off the map. And we have a very large contingent of people that would be just fine with that in the United States, which is insane to me. This is why Trump goes in on the Jewish people for backing Democrats. Because those same Democrats, the insane ones that want to wipe Israel off the map, they're in the Democrat Party. So that's just insane. It's outright insane. This is why I call Democrats insane. One of the many, many reasons. It's insane to me. Just outright. But I think I've rambled on for long enough, y'all. I've gone for dang near half an hour. So I want y'all to let me know what y'all think about all this down in the comment section. Is this just not an insane, deranged person? And to think that out of 335 million Americans, to think that there's only one of these people with everybody that has Trump derangement syndrome out there. Yeah, Secret Service needs to up their game. They need to step it up a good bit. Because some of these people they're right. They are totally right. Secret Service should have had enough personnel to actually haul butt to this place and actually scout much further ahead. But they did their job. They saved the president. They absolutely did. And I have no issues with what Secret Service did on the 15th. No issues whatsoever. But y'all let me know what y'all think. That's all I got for this one. I want to thank everybody for watching. Y'all try to have a good day. Stay legitical. Peace.